Alright, we're back. Yeah, fortunately, luckily, with God's blessing, the previous episode was saved. I checked it, I played it, okay, so that's good. So, yeah, African Americans, they have undeniable talents sports, music, athletics, dancing. Oh, yeah, hey, and sense of humor, aesthetics. Okay, they're very beautiful and handsome males and females, African Americans. Okay, just like Africans, right? Yeah, they're great. They're wise and smart. Some of them academically so too. Okay, so wonderful sense of humor. We get it, right? But I watched this news clip where this. I think it happened in somewhere in New York. New York. It could be Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, I don't know, somewhere in New York City, okay, maybe Brooklyn, Bronx. It was about months ago. Oh, there was this news clip, video footage. This African American teenager, male, all right. He was just walking down the street, and there was this female, mature lady. Maybe she was in her 70s or 80s, 90s. Her ethnicity, I'm not sure because it was blurred. It was censored out. But my guess is she's Caucasian, white, European lady in her 90s, 80s, or 70s. She was walking very slowly, okay? And this young African American teenager, she, he pushed her and she fell and hit her head on fire hydrant. He, African American young teenager, he was laughing. He just walked away. He just did it for fun. So that's not the only incidents, okay? In Central Park, Manhattan, New York, I've been there, okay? Yeah, couple of months ago, okay, this African American guy, okay, again picking on white girl, right? She has this dog. Yeah, Central Park regulation, whatever sign says. Yeah, you have a dog. You gotta put on leash on your dog. But she didn't. This Caucasian young female. So this African American male, he was recording on cell phone. Hey, you gotta put leash on your dog. And she said, hey, stop bothering me, okay? And this African American guy, so called bird watcher in Central Park, Manhattan, New York, African American male, he started feeding her dog. So obviously, that's kind of strange, okay? You're a bird watcher and you're feeding somebody else's dog. What's that about? This guy is entrapping this Caucasian female, right? This African Americans, not all of them, but some of them are picking on white people like that. All right, they're just messing with them. Some African Americans really hate Caucasian Americans. I call that racism, pure and simple. Why? Because they're hating this person just because of that person's race. That's classical definition of racism. You hate somebody just because of this person's skin color, just because this person is white. That's racism. Okay, so BLM today, not back in the days, but BLM today is very much racist. That's the racist. Very much racist. Okay, self contradiction. Okay, if you ask me, cancelled. Right. My prediction: they will get the taste of their own medicine. Okay, cancer culture. Okay, with BLM today, not back in the days. Yeah, they started good. Okay, good intention back in the days, maybe 10 years ago. BLM, but BLM today in the year 2020, they are bad. Black people pick on white people. I'm neither black nor white. I'm Asian. I'm brown, right? But as a third observer, third party observer, neutral observer, some, not all, yeah, there's silent majority of African Americans. They're hardworking, law-abiding citizens and very successful and very hardworking, very law-abiding African Americans. That's the silent majority. 99% of African Americans, right? But some 1% of African Americans, okay, BLM today, year 2020, July, okay, they're picking on white people. They're bullying upon white people. They're trying to destroy white people, okay? So, me as a third neutral observer, because I'm neither black nor white, I'm Asian, right? And they're not quite doing it right, okay? They're, this 1% of black people are picking on white people, and that doesn't quite look right, alright? I mean, Central Park, Manhattan, New York, this African American guy, why do you have to bother this Caucasian female? Feeding her dogs? Who does that? Oh, you're a bird watcher, Manhattan, New York, okay, in Central Park. I've been there, okay. Why are you feeding somebody else's dog? That's harassment, okay. Why would you do that? He's messing with this white girl, okay, African American guy messing with the white girl, entrapping, filming with his cell phone, okay. He was harassing her. This black guy harassing, stalking white girl in Central Park, Manhattan, New York. Feeding her dogs, filming her with his cell phone. Okay, her dog was not on a list. So what? This African American guy was harassing Caucasian American female in Central Park, New York, Manhattan, New York. So she had to call the police because she was being harassed. This guy, random stranger, filming her in cell phone, feeding her dogs, and telling her what to do. Oh, that's regulation. Yeah, you have to put leash on her dog. She was not doing that. So what? Her dog was not biting him, barking at him. It was just not a bad dog, okay? But he was entrapping her. Later on, yeah, she lost her job because this guy filmed her, filmed this Caucasian white girl, this African American guy, filming his cell phone and put it in a social media, social website. So she lost her job. She was some stockbroker or she was working for a financial institution in Manhattan, New York, right? She lost her job. And he felt sorry, so yeah, he posted another website, whatever, social media. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, I'm sorry. He went too far. But that was his intention, okay? To destroy Caucasian race, Caucasian career, Caucasian people, entrap them, social media, post, cancel culture. There's some 1% of African Americans, not 99%, no, just 1% of African Americans. That's their purpose. They hate white people just because they are white. I call that racism. Okay? And self contradiction, okay? They complain about racism, but they're picking on white people, okay? Look at this teenager, African American boy, pushing around Caucasian American female This African American male young teenager pushing away Caucasian American female. Maybe he was educated from in his neighborhood, the hood neighborhood, African American family neighborhood, that it's okay to pick on white people. Just because they are black, just because they are white, it's okay to push around white people, bully upon them. Maybe that's how they were educated. Just because they are white. Yeah, do you remember this movie? Uh, Die Hard 3. Yes, which was filmed in New York, Manhattan, New York. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, right? Yeah, they kind of capture the concept, okay? African Americans' racism against Caucasian Americans, okay? This is only 1%, I'm pretty sure, okay? This 1% of African Americans hate white people just because they are white, okay? That's racism, okay? So, Die Hard 3, yeah, they did talk about that, okay? Let's just get away with it, right? As a third party neutral observer, because I'm neither black nor white, I look at it and I think that's very wrong. I don't think that's right. Black people picking on white people, I think that's wrong. I think that's very much bullyism. Okay. Yeah, Mr. George Floyd. We'll talk about that after 5 minutes break, which is important. And I'm some vocal rest. Okay. We'll talk about Mr. George Floyd. Okay. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're back. So we are having a field day. Some insider joke back in the days. My colleagues when I was computer programmer, okay. Yeah, Wile E. Coyote, okay. Insider joke, okay. Yeah, so and also like this. You remember this Looney Tune? Yeah, maybe I'm kind of loony bin case, okay. What are you doing? You're running for Alaska's exam. You're running for United States presidency, and what you are doing is not quite helping. It's like political suicide case, man. Are you politically suicidal? What are you doing? You don't want to get elected? Why are you ruining your own one-man campaign? Because what you are doing is undoing. Oh well. Somebody has to say it, right? Yeah, let it be me, okay? Let it be us. You know what? I am very protective of my friends, like you. So that's why my recommendation to you, don't make any comments in this humanology series because this burden should be borne by myself and by myself alone. Okay? Because I'm trained to do this. Okay? To be criticized, even crucified. I'm born and raised and trained to do this stuff. Yeah, going down this lone war. I've read this book, Lone Warrior, something like that. Yeah, survivor. Like, I got some special forces training too. I dropped out because I didn't quite have what it took to be special forces. But I got some good training to be special forces. Light and night, individual night land navigation training. Okay, you are starved. You go out there at night alone. Night individual land navigation training. I was trained to do that. Okay, so yeah, it's night. I'm alone. Land navigation, metaphysically speaking. Yeah, I'm trained to do that. Okay. So all those criticisms and attacks, yeah, I can handle it. All right. But my esophagus is burning, so let me get some Tums. It's not just Tums. I bought it from Walmart in Alaska. Okay. 3 Tums. Mentos style. Okay. Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, you are like. Oh, your esophagus is burning. You could not handle vodka. You're chewing on this Mentos style Walmart Tums. Hmm? Because you couldn't handle this vodka. Yeah, whatever. That's me, okay? Yeah. You depending on this prescription drugs, and not prescription, but over the counter drugs from Walmart, Tums, generic brand. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But hey, where are you going? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm grabbing my whiskey, okay? Oh, you're alcoholic dependence. You're so weak. You're so pathetic. Yeah, maybe I am, okay? But when it comes to ideology, right? When it comes to powerful mainstream majoritarian ideology, back in the days it was LGBT, then climate change, and then coronavirus, and now BLM, okay? Oh, because we are humanologists. We are like Don Quixote. We are quixotic, if not exotic. most likely exotic, okay, quixotic, okay. We go after something very big. We are Davidian, like David versus Goliath, right? When we see a biggest mainstream majoritarian ideology of the day, we go after it. Because what? Why we are quixotic? We are like Don Quixote, Spanish novel, right? Don Quixote. We are very quixotic species. Okay, BLM. They started very with good intention. They used to be good. Now it went bad. All right. So let's roast it. Not people, to ideology. Okay? Let's roast it. Okay. I mean, look. Milk is white. So is it racist? Should we blacken it? Teeth, white. Should we blacken it? Eye white. Should we tattoo eye white because just because white is so racist? Cloud is white. Is this racist? So we should blacken it. Birch tree, yeah, it's white. Should we blacken it because it's white, so racist? Snow, oh, snow, that's white. Oh, that's racist. Oh, how about sun? Sunlight. That's very white. Sun. Okay. We should darken it, blacken it, paint it black, black it, blacken it because it's white. It's racist. Come on. How about the name America? Amerigo Vespucci, slave trader. Oh, we should rename America, right? Because he's slave owner, slave trader, right? Oh, Christopher Columbus. Oh, yeah. We should rename any cities, including Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. We should rename that because Columbus, Christopher Columbus, is slave trader, right? George Washington, slave owner, okay? Oh, yeah, Washington, D.C., Washington, District of Columbia, Washington, Columbus, we should rename that. State of Washington, we should rename that. They're slave owners, slave traders, okay? We should rename America because America is named after slave trader, Amerigo Vespucci. Oh, we should rename that. George Washington University. We should rename that because George Washington, Mr. President George Washington, he was slave owner, right? We should rename it as George Floyd University, right? Mr. Floyd, yeah, we are sorry that he passed away. Okay, uh, yeah, we are sorry. Of course, it's tragic. We are saddened. Okay, so we are not taking light of the situation here. All right, but Mr. George Floyd, yeah, he became household name now. Okay, as famous as George Washington, President George Washington. Okay, all right. It's a household name. Okay, so we are sad. We regret. We are sorry. It happened that he passed away. We are sorry. Okay, but just because the police officer was Caucasian, white, European gentleman, all right, because some other combination of race and gender happens, okay, it could have been African American police officer on Asian American male. yeah, race, gender, it could be all different combination, mathematically speaking, okay? It could be white to black, black to white, white to Hispanic, Hispanic to black, Hispanic to Asian. It could be all different combination, okay? But when it comes to white male to African American male, why is it such a big deal? If it was African American to Asian American, it wouldn't even make a headline, right? So that's the black supremacy, okay, against white people, black people against white people, okay. When it comes to black people against Asian people, white people against Asian people, if it was Asian police officer arresting Caucasian, right? You see what I'm getting at? We understand, okay, yeah, back in the days in American history, okay, white people enslaving black people. But why can't you just forgive and forget? Water under the bridge. I do understand though. Why? I'm Korean American, okay? So when I was in Korea, I used to really hate Japanese because in the past, Japan colonized Korea. I used to hate Japan, right? Nowadays, I don't. Why? I learn Bible, okay? Bible says parents' sin do not get inherited to children, okay? So your parents committed some sin, you cannot blame the children, right? Yeah, it was a sin that back in the days white people enslaved black people. But that's parents, ancestors, okay? Today, white people are not enslaving black people, right? So you cannot blame white people for white people's ancestors' sins of enslaving black people. Because today's white people don't have any control over what their ancestors did like hundreds of years ago. So black people today cannot blame white people for white people's ancestors' sins of enslaving today's black people's ancestors. Okay, because today's white people don't have any control over what happened like hundreds of years ago. Okay, that's absurd. Okay, so and then today's 1% of today's black people, they do it anyway. Why? I guess because they want some money. 1% of black people, just like any other races, 1% of white people, 1% of Asian people, they need some money. Why? Uh, because they were not endowed with this spirit of diligence. Okay, 1% of any other races, Jews, Hispanics, natives, and blacks and whites and Asians, 1% of us, okay, they were not gifted, endowed with these very diligent parents. Okay, so uh, they want to steal, they want to complain. Okay, they want some money. Why? Because they were not blessed with this educational discipline, hard work, right? So they want to steal. They want to demand free handouts. Okay, perhaps it's all of us too, right? Business, yeah, it's any business. If you're old enough to know, I'm old enough to know. Okay, I'm 42 years old. Any business in the world, private and public, I've been to public sector, private sector, okay? So the way it works in the world as an adult, there's some shady elements in there. Yeah, I'm old enough to know this. Okay, if you're young, perhaps some it may come as a shock to you. Okay, but if you are old enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Any business, public, governmental, or private business, non-profit organization, yeah, there's some shady element. Something that we are not very proud of, something that we don't want to quite talk about. Okay, it's like that. Okay. For example, how is baby born? Hmm? Yeah, man and woman go to bedroom. Okay, that's not quite something that we want to talk about, but it gives birth to a baby, brand new life, right? But we don't want to quite talk about it. They say, oh, this bird, this stork, yeah, carry the baby, the Disney movie, right? Cartoon. But we don't want to quite talk about it, okay? All of us, we go to bathroom, men's room, women's room, bathroom, toilet. Do we really want to talk about it? All the details, how we discharge our liquid or solid, get it out. I mean, it's not that necessary that we describe it in detail, okay? But we all do it, right? We don't talk about it, right? It's a fact, it's the truth, undeniable truth. It happens every day, anywhere, to everybody. We go to bathroom. But do we want to talk about it, describe it in detail? No. Why? It's not necessary, right? But we all do that, right? Yeah, we have some gas in our bowel. We let it out, okay? Well, fastulation, whatever. There's some euphemism about it, right? Yeah, we're all dirty. Why? Because that's human condition. Okay, we're all humans. We do dirty things, and we are dirty. And Mr. King Solomon, Israel, Jewish guy, he did talk about it. Yeah, dirt. We we are dirty. He did talk about the book of Proverbs or Ecclesiastes. Okay, like I said, I know Bible back inside and out, like back of my hands. Okay, yeah, I remember that. I don't smoke marijuana, so I have very good memory. Okay, yeah, we are all dirty, right? Confederate generals. This is something I learned when I was in a bar. Okay, all those statues. Okay, yeah, they're dirty too. They are slave owners. Okay, Confederate generals, whatever. But they have. I learned from some other people. Okay, when I was in a bar earlier today. All right, in Anchorage. Okay, yeah, all these statues. Yeah, they have some dirty laundry skeleton in the closet, but they did something good. That's why they are honored, and we have statue of them today, right? Yeah, nobody's perfect. We have some dirty laundry. You look, African Americans, they have dirty laundry skeleton in the closet too, just like the rest of us. Okay, it's not like they're squeaky clean. Mr. George Floyd, he's not squeaky clean. Okay, he's got some criminal record and he got called in. I mean, somebody called upon them, called the police because he was trying to push upon somebody else. Supermarket, counterfeit money, right? Yeah, I mean, at least there was the accusation. So, police officers came and they had some probable cause. That's why they tried to arrest him. And perhaps he resisted this arresting, okay? And perhaps this Caucasian or Asian or Hispanic or Jewish or Arabic or native or Indian or African American police officers, perhaps they overdid, overused their physical force, and we are sad, we are sorry, okay? We are sorry it happened, okay? We are sorry, really, alright? Then he passed away, okay? But at the same time, uh, maybe he was innocent, okay? Because in American jurisprudence, criminal law, everybody is assumed to be innocent until proven guilty in court of law, okay? He never got there, not, he passed away before that trial, right? We are sorry, okay? Yeah, we are very sorry to his parents, families. We are sorry it happened, that he passed away, Mr. George Floyd, okay? We are, but we cannot put all the blame on white people, white male, police officers. No. Just like Mr. Jesus said, okay? We are all sinners, okay? So we cannot stone somebody else who is also a sinner because we are all sinners, right? Yeah, Jesus' episode, like a lady who was committing adultery, she's married, I guess, and she was sleeping with another guy, and they called her and tried to stone her to death in this Jewish tradition. Jesus said, no, 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 you're sinners, okay? And yeah, she's a sinner, but you're sinners too. So you don't have any right to blame her, stone her. No, because she's a sinner, yeah, I get it. But you are sinners too, okay? You have no right to judge some another sinner because you are sinners too, okay? That's what Jesus said, okay? Yeah, that's all I have to say, okay? Yeah, I'm a Christian and I learn from other Christians, okay? Yeah. I think Jesus indeed was and still is and always will be Son of God, okay? I really admire Mr. Jesus, alright? So my number one recommendation to you, yeah, Bible, alright? Old Testament, New Testament. They be my recommendation. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night. Bye.